We're 44 for Evansville.
WEVV-TV, Evansville.
.44 Sports presents the ISHAA Evansville Semi-State.
Live from Roberts Stadium in Evansville, it's the IHSAA Evansville Semi-State. Game 1 as the Austin Eagles meet the Southridge Raiders. Hi again, everybody. I'm Bob Ramsey, along with the head coach at Evansville Central, Morris Clark, for today's Evansville Semi-State. It's back home in Evansville after a couple of years up at Terre Haute. Game 1, an interesting matchup between the Southridge Raiders, 21-4. They come down to Evansville from Huntingburg, Indiana, and the Austin Eagles, 17-8, all the way from Austin, which is about 33 miles due north of Louisville on I-65. Coach, neither one of these teams has ever played in a semi-state. Disadvantage to them?
Well, I think that the key is that who can handle the pressure here at Roberts Stadium. This is a key game. If they don't win here today, right now, that they'll not be playing tonight. So this is a lot of pressure on these two teams here today.
A big matchup at the middle. Andy Nass will be the center for Southridge. He comes in at 6'8", and the center, Richie Deaton for Austin, is 6'5", so a height advantage at least in the middle.
Well, Nass is really coming on. He is a fine player, and that their coaches are really high on him. I haven't seen Austin play, but I do know that Southridge is a really an improving team. So I really look for a fine game today.
Now, with the size of the crowd and the big representation from each one of these cities, what kind of pressure are these kids going to feel?
Well, it's tough. Whenever a kid comes out there and he misses, would miss that first shot, then all of a sudden that self-doubt comes in. Now, that's going to be, that the key is who can handle that. And today, for both of these teams, I'm really looking forward to who gets off to a good start.
Now, the winner of this game will play tonight, of course. What kind of advantage does the winner of this game have with the extra hour and a half, 2 hours rest?
Well, a lot. That they get to, to sit back now and watch this second game, that they'll get approximately 2 hours more rest, and that they will have time to settle down. But again, whenever that ball goes up again, at 8:15, both teams will be going at it again tonight. So really, you really can't say that it's really that much of an advantage.
We have 4 teams surviving in high school basketball in Southern Indiana. We're playing to get the final one. We'll be back with the starting lineups and more pregame information right after these messages. You're watching the Evansville Semi-State on 44. Welcome back to Roberts Stadium in Evansville. We're just a few minutes away from game time. Game 1 of the Evansville Semi-State, featuring the Austin Eagles under the head coaching of Dave Luking. They're 17-8, and they came out of the regional and the sectional from the Falls City area over near Louisville. Southridge in Huntingburg is 21-4. They're coached by Gary Duncan and a member of the Pocket Athletic Conference. Not many seats left here at Roberts Stadium. A few of the Bossy fans have yet to make it in, but otherwise, the city of Austin, the Huntingburg area, Lyons and Marco, and the rest of Greene County well represented, and the Bossy fans are making their way in. Coach, I guess most people would say, and if what you read is true, that the second game, they're talking about that being the stronger game, but I guess you don't overlook one of these two teams. They played great schedules to get here.
Yes, that they have, and that's the thing about this tournament is that whenever you underestimate some team, and that's a team that always wins. And I have seen that up at the state tournament. I have gone up there, and I think, gosh, that team just can't beat the other team. And all of a sudden, that underdog comes up, and the players play hard, and they win that championship game. So don't underestimate that these teams.
Would there be any advantage for Austin, since the rest of the teams are basically from southwestern Indiana and they're from southeastern Indiana? I would imagine Bossy knows a little bit about Southridge, and Southridge knows about L&M. And therefore, Austin is from another part of the state. Do they have an advantage by being an unknown?
Well, I think each team is really worried about preparing that, getting their own team ready. I don't think that they're really that worried about the other team now. I think that if you can get your team to do their things right, you can win. But if your team doesn't play right as far as executing on offense and defense, then you got a real problem.
Well, let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the Austin Eagles, as we said, 17-8, a member of the Mid-Southern Athletic Conference. Austin is located in the north part of Scott County, about 33 miles north of Louisville, a population of just under 5,000. They look like this. Jerry Gooden at one guard. He averages 19 points a game, 5'9", 163, a senior. He has a twin brother on this team, by the way. Terry is 5'9", 162, a senior. He'll come off the bench. The other guard is 24, John Deaton. John 6'1", 144, a freshman averaging 5 points a game and 3 rebounds. In the middle will be Richie Deaton, 6'5", 190, a junior. So we do have another brother combination on this team. 14 points a game and 10 rebounds. 6'5", 190, as we said, the biggest man on that ball club. The forwards look like this. Number 32 is Sean White. Sean 6'3", 165. He is a junior, averaging 12 points and 5 rebounds. And Timothy Palmer, Tim 6'1", 178, a senior, 2 points and 4 rebounds. Steve Martinez listed up there. He's 5'11", 180, a senior, 3 points and 3 rebounds. Well, the Southridge Raiders. Southridge comes in at 21-4. There you see the head man of Austin, Dave Luking. Southridge 21-4 from the Pocket Athletic Conference. They look like this. One guard will be number 10, Rick Patberg, 5'10", a junior, averaging 8 points and almost 3 rebounds a game. The other guard will be number 20, Ron Patberg, 5'10", a junior, averaging 9.5 points and 3.5 rebounds. In the middle, Andy Nass, 6'8", a junior, averaging 10 points and 5 rebounds. The forwards, Ron Steinhardt, 6'2", a junior, averaging 9 points and 6.5 rebounds. And the big gun on this ball club, number 40, Todd Jochum, 15.6 points a game and 7.2 rebounds. So Jochum, the big man here, averaging 15.5 points. The man in charge of the Southridge Raiders is Gary Duncan. Good representation from both schools and their surrounding communities. As Coach Clark said, this is the first time that either one of these schools has made it all the way to the semi-state. You usually don't get a Scott County representative here. It's usually someone from Floyd County or New Albany or Floyd Central or somebody like that. And Austin knocked all those people off to get here, so they really deserve to be in the semi-state. As we said, game 2 between the Cinderella team in the tournament, the L&M Braves and the Bossy Bulldogs. Let's talk a little bit about Bossy before we get to this game, Coach. You have seen Bossy when they started to turn it on. They had a slow start. What's the difference?
Well, right now it's overall team balance. There's the officials.
Joe Gillian and Jerry Larison will be calling game 1.
But Bossy right now is playing great defense, unselfishness on offense, and that's their key right now.
What do you figure to be the key in this ball game?
Well, as I was saying there, there's each team has to get try to get off to a good start, get into your offense flow, make things work for you, and then again both teams have you have to play good defense to win here. And but these teams are experienced. I think it's interesting on Huntingburg that all 5 of their starters are juniors.
Huntingburg, or the Southridge Raiders, a very young team coming in here, as opposed to Austin. They do have some seniors on that ball club, so it seems that Southridge is going to be going fairly well for a number of years. Southridge against Austin. Game 1 is ready from Roberts Stadium. Coach Clark having a discussion of the rules with the officials. And we're set to go. Out in the middle for Southridge will be Andy Nass, and Richie Deaton will jump For the Austin Eagles, game one from Roberts Stadium. The semi-state is back in Evansville after a 2-year absence. We're ready to go. Official between them. The tap is up, and it is won by Southridge. Controlling is Rick Patberg. Signals the offense, heads it left side. Gives off to his brother. Now they go in the middle to Yoakum. His shot around and in. Todd Yoakum. And it's 2-0 Southridge. Gooden on the dribble. He gets it back. Austin appears to be a patient team. Jerry Gooden. So the brothers Gooden are the guards. Jerry is blocked, and Southridge comes out with it. Blocking that play by Ron Patberg.
Oh.
They tried to go to the big man, and the pass goes out of bounds.
A little wild there. Both teams are starting off in man-to-man defense. Both, seem to be pretty tight.
2-0 in favor of Southridge, the home team on the scoreboard. Austin brings it down. Terry Gooden underneath, shot up, no good. Missed by Richie Deaton, and here comes Southridge with a chance to go up by 4 early on. 6:57 left first quarter. They go in the middle to Yoakum, kicks it back out. Up and in for Ron Patberg. 4-0 Southridge. Little contact, no call, away from the action. This one is through for Richie Deaton from the outside. Deaton has 2, and it's 4-2 Southridge. Press being applied now by the Eagles.
Like a zone press, but the other guys didn't pick it up in the backcourt.
Once again, they try to go the big man, Nass, who scores. 3 different people have scored, and it's 6-2 Raiders. Southridge appears to be a little bit looser earlier on.
Yes, they do. That's one of the keys that I was talking about. Man, they're after them on defense. Hands are moving, feet are going.
Sean White back to Jerry Gooden. One dribble back to White. The middle is covered, and you can see evidence of the size advantage. They try to go to the big man in the middle, Richie Deaton, and Nass is all over him. They can't get it in. It's kicked out of bounds by Southridge. So Sean White will be the trigger man. Kicked out of bounds once again on Steinhardt. Gary Duncan has to be very pleased by what he sees early on. From outside, no good. Rebound goes to Southridge. The Raiders by 4. The ball and a chance to go up by 6. In the middle,
Travel.
It's a traveling violation.
Good call.
Steinhardt took an extra step before I went up. A nice crowd on hand at Roberts Stadium. High school basketball in Indiana, there's nothing better. Austin working around the outside. They go to Sean White, back to Terry Gooden. Passes off to twin brother Jerry.
The guards on each team are twin brothers. I think that's interesting.
A little bit too far outside, maybe the shot for Richie Deaton, but a foul is whistled, the first of the ball game. Foul is on Andy Nass. First for him, first.
Pretty good defense, just went up.
Nass on the season, 19 to 36 from the line, a 53% free thrower. He'll get 2 chances here. It's bound to give him a little confidence.
Richie's a nice looking kid there. Nice, well built.
Got a little bit more bulk on him than Nass does. Second one won't go, and the rebound to the Raiders. On Rick Patberg. There's Ron in the middle. Nass spin around move, nice.
That's what that size will do for you. That 6'8" kid, you know, that's the difference.
Austin controlling. Gooden decides to bring it back out and let the offense reset. He goes baseline. He'll drive it all the way. His shot is through. Jerry Gooden with 2. And it's an 8-5 game.
A 2-2-1 zone full court press. Southridge working it well. Nice move.
All the way in is Ron Patberg. He has 4. He's not afraid to drive in there with the bigger people. Austin trailing, kick back out. Beaten, no good. Rebound.
Southridge is dominating the defensive board down here.
Rick Patberg back to Ron. A whistle inside. Foul will be on 22. Terry Gooden, I believe. It is. It's the first on Terry. You get a look at it again here.
He fouled him.
Well, we have timeout. 3:58 left to go in the first quarter, with Southridge holding a 10-5 lead as the Evansville Semi-State on 44. Southridge leads early on, and Coach, even though that was an official's timeout, it was a good play for one for Austin.
Yes, it was. Southridge is off to a fine start. 5 for 5, 4 good boards compared to Austin's 2 for 5 for 40% and 1 board.
That's a coach's dream.
Yes, it is.
You make all 5 of your shots. The Raiders have it. Yoakum gives back to Rick Patberg around to Ron. They try to go for the middle. The defense clogs up, so they'll reset it. Patberg travels. Ron on the violation.
It's hard to tell them apart. You got to look at their numbers, don't you?
Yeah, how do you defense people that are identical twins? And the same case here. Jerry Gooden gives up to Sean White. Had trouble finding the handle. Now he wants to go. They pass it off. The shot is missed by Steve Martinez.
Joachim is doing one fine job down there on the boards.
And now comes Southridge in the middle to Nass. He's fouled by Richie Deaton. Second foul on the Eagles. Pair of 52s down there. No, they call it foul on Martinez, his first. So the Raiders control. Nice work inside and converted by Todd Yoakum. 4 points. Well conceived play. They come the other way. The bomb is no good. The rebound by Nass.
It's Austin's one shot, and that's all they're getting. They can't get that second shot off.
They go into Nass. He kicks it back out. And he's triple teamed and it's fouled again. Boy, that size advantage really working to Southridge's favor in the middle.
It sure is that they're trying to, give Nass the ball, and then Nass is either passing or back out or taking the easy shot there.
Stephen Hill coming in for Austin, number 42. He replaces Terry Gooden. 12-5, Southridge. They work it around. It's up by.
They haven't missed yet.
No, he hasn't. He's red hot.
7 for 7.
6 for Yoakum. Austin finding themselves down 9 early on. And they are not able to penetrate. They get a little closer this time. Their second rebound is missed by Martinez.
They got the board that time and then missed an easy shot.
Rick Patberg on the walking dribble. It picks up the pace a little bit now. Stops, wants to go to Nass. Spin around. Nope, but he's fouled. That's their first miss from the field
Yes.
all afternoon or morning.
Almost 6 minutes.
And Austin calls a timeout. We will keep it here, 14-5 in favor of the Southridge Raiders. 2:07 left to go. Coach, obviously one of the big keys is the red-hot shooting for Southridge, but Austin just can't seem to get in close to the basket on their own end.
Right now, Southridge is really playing tough defense, and that's the difference there. They're not getting a really good shot. That they have not really got a wide open shot there, and then they finally got a defensive board, and then the young man missed the shot there. So right now, that's the difference. Plus that their offense, Southridge is running it, dropping the ball off into Nos, and he's either shooting it or he's kicking the ball back out.
Southridge seems to know who they should go to for the shots. Their three big scorers are the only people who have shot, and the only people who have scored. They've only missed one shot.
Gary Duncan does such a fine job with him, and this is a well-disciplined ball club that they run their offense well. And right now, they've really got it together.
Eddie Nass goes to the line for a pair. 53% free thrower in the season. 19 of 36.
They missed a shot. Southridge missed a shot.
First one, nope. Can't get the roll.
The previous time down the court.
He'll get one more. Chance to put his club up by 10 points. He doesn't get that one either. Austin the rebound. Carrying the ball, Stephen Hill. Switches hands on the dribble, goes to White. Now a kick back out to White. To John Deaton.
Having a hard time finding that open shot. There we go.
Stephen Hall, his first two. And it's 14-7. Rick Patberg. To Yoakum, no. Rebound, Nass, no. Still scrambling for the rebound, and Southridge comes out with it. And Ron Patberg cans a 6-point. Even when they miss, they still get the breaks.
But they are fighting for it. That was a tough one there. Doing such a good job. A steal.
Left the basketball behind and down all alone. 8 points for Todd Yoakum.
It's all Southridge right now. Fans are at it.
18-7, another steal, 2-0. He finishes off himself, and just like that, he has 10 points, and he's fouled. Look at the Southridge crowd. The foul is behind the play.
And it was on.
Stephen Hall.
Yes.
Austin wants another timeout, and usually timeouts help the club that's down, but this one is definitely spurted Southridge on. After the big man missed a couple of free throws, they've come down with a couple of steals, and will have the ball back on the foul. The foul was on Stephen Hall, and you can see he knocked the trailer down. Here's the first steal, and heads-up basketball for him not to get back on his feet. Otherwise, that's a traveling, and there they go, all alone. Execution really is the key.
Well, Austin's not, but they can get themselves back into the ball game if they just settle down and come down here and be. We have to play them next year up there, so I'm not looking forward to that one.
Way outside,
nice block.
The shot is blocked by Ron Steinhardt.
Defense right now, I was just talking about that defense. Austin's having such a hard time getting off a good shot.
They're trying him from way outside, unlike the Raiders, who go inside. This time to Ted O'Brien, who's just in the ball game, and the first two for Ted on the spin-around move. 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter. They'll try it again, but they're outside now. They go to the big man who will turn around, rolls over,
Nope,
tipped in,
no
and
good.
he's fouled.
No good.
They count the basket.
Did it?
John Deaton, he'll be whistled for the foul, but they give him credit. Take a look at it, Coach, and see what you see.
I thought it was over his back. Boy, was up there, though. Officials were right down there for the call, though.
23-9. Southridge on the line will be Ron Steinhardt, 82 of 139 on the season. He's a 59% free thrower. That one is perfect.
Nice form. Ron had a high point game this season with 22 points, and that was the only time that he led the team in scoring, and that was against Central.
Second one does not go, and the rebound comes down
Nice
to Terry
steal.
Gooden. Another steal. They have a 2-on-1. All the way in is Rick Petberg. The rebound goes to Austin, and that's the first quarter with the score. Southridge 24, Austin 9. Back with the second quarter. Right after these messages, the semi-state on 44. Second quarter. You're watching the Evansville Semi-State on Channel 44 WEVV Evansville. And just like the first quarter started, the second quarter starts with Southridge controlling. Ron Patberg back to Rick. They go in the middle. Yoakum, yes.
That's 12 for 15 now on their shooting. Gosh.
Most coaches like to take that one home and frame it. In the middle, the shot won't go, but a foul.
Whereas Austin is shooting 27% for that first quarter. That they shot 3 for 12, committed 6 fouls and only had 4 boards.
Ted O'Brien, his first foul.
Goes up. I'm not sure about
I
that
didn't
one.
see where it
I
happened.
didn't either.
And they got a break. As Richie Deaton missed a shot, Austin controls again. In the corner, they had him trapped. Deaton having trouble with the passing. Sean White going away, intended for Jerry Gooden.
I see Noss is out of the game now.
Now sitting down, Ted O'Brien, 6'4" sophomore, pulling the duties in the middle. Southridge way outside, Rick Petberg.
Wow. Are they going to miss?
It's one of those things where you coaches say, no, not that far. Oh, good shot.
Yes, it sure is.
What? A nice give and go, but the shot is blocked. And here they go again, Rick Petberg. Why not?
Why not, huh?
5 for young Mr. Petberg. The junior has 5 points, and Austin once again wants a timeout. 6:36 left to go. It is 30-9 Southridge. We'll be right back. You're watching the Semi-State on 44. (30-9) in favor of the Southridge Raiders. Into the ball game, 34, Timothy Palmer, the man who won their game against Bedford North Lawrence with a free throw with timeout. This young man broke his back earlier last year, and here he is playing basketball again. That's a great story. Rick Petberg. Calling for some movement.
Austin's in a half-court trap now.
Quick pass. Now they go other side and throw that one away. Andy Hillsmeyer, 34, or Mike Hillsmeyer, 34, is in for Southridge.
Well, that just goes to show, Southridge is human, that they can, make a bad pass. The way they've been playing, though, you wouldn't have thought so.
Austin will try and cut the lead down a little bit, and we have a foul from behind. I believe it's going to be on Ted O'Brien. He's the one with the guilty look. That's his second.
He's on his back quite a bit there.
Third foul of the half on Southridge.
There's hands on him. He's excited, you know, for just a sophomore coming out here at the stadium and playing here in the semi-state. That'd be something.
Once again, the Southridge defense is forcing Austin way outside. They cannot penetrate.
Well, Southridge went to a zone 2 now, 2-1-2 zone. And really, that wasn't a good shot. It just made it.
Terry Gooden.
Yes, just having a hard time. Now here's another half-court trap. Patience.
Hillsmeyer kicks it back out. They go to Pat Berg. And they go back in the middle. Hillsmeyer had a shot blocked, and he's knocked to the floor. He'll be going to the line for a pair. Foul is on Austin's 42. Steve Hall is second, and you get a look at it again.
Like a pretty good block.
He just went through.
Yeah.
Hit the man on the shoulder, knocked him down. Mike Hillsmeyer on the season is a 73% free thrower. That one rolls out. Set remains 30-11. That one won't go, and Austin gets another chance to shave down the lead. It's at 19. Stolen again by Pat Berg. Rick.
Those Pat Berg twins are really doing a job.
He is all over the floor.
Yes.
They go cross court. There's Mark.
Steal.
Stolen. And down for the lay-in is Steve Hall. So he gives the Raiders a little bit of their own medicine, and it's now a 30-13 game. Hillsmeyer spin around move, no. The rebound to Austin. And a foul will be called on Southridge. Austin starting to get into its game. The foul is on Ron Steinhardt.
Really wasn't set. Now we'll see if Austin can get back here now with another basket.
Indy Nass is back in for Southridge. As Gary Duncan says, we don't want this run to continue. And here come the Eagles. Moving around well. Gooden passes it inside.
Nice move
for John Deaton. 4 for John.
Just down 15 now. Make a little comeback here.
They have scored 6 in a row. And now the defense looks pretty good, except for that time when it broke down and Ted O'Brien goes in for the lay-in. Nice pass from Todd Yoakum.
That's the only trouble with the trap. A lot of times your back door's open.
John Deaton on the lane to the basket, closed off. Now they go into Richie Deaton. Along the lane, a foul is called. Deaton was a little too deep and put his shot up on the underside of the backboard, but he was fouled.
It kind of gave him a break there.
Todd Yoakum, number 40, is called. Look where he sticks the basketball right underneath. It's a little bit too deep, but he gets to go and shoot a pair. If the statistics are right, John Deaton hasn't missed a free throw all year. John Deaton. He's missed a free throw now. Second one will be coming. Austin is still a little tight. But they've come out of it in the last couple of minutes. 3:48 left to go in the first half. That second one hits. 5 for Deaton. 32-16. 16-point lead. And the Austin crowd starts coming to life.
Yeah, they're standing up. They want a turnover. He walked. There it is.
A traveling violation. Excellent defense forced in there by Tim Palmer and Stephen Hall.
Coach Duncan's a little upset there.
They made Steinhardt try and split him, and he traveled and he fell down. So here comes Austin and tried moving the lane, and a bump. And it appears it's on Yoakum. On Todd, that's his second. Another substitution for the Eagles. Steve Martinez comes in. And out of the ball game goes Timothy Palmer. On the line again is John Deaton. He's 1 of 2 tonight. This afternoon, I should say. That one kicks around and out, and the rebound goes to the Raiders in the person of Ron Steinhardt.
That was a big miss.
Ron Petberg. Nice move again. Steinhardt, no. Tip up, no. Third shot is missed by O'Brien. And we got a whistle. O'Brien is on the floor.
Austin is really hustling better now. A little bit more relaxed.
Ted O'Brien whistled for his third. It was a battle.
Yes, it was. Grabbed him by the leg.
Football coach at Southridge High School probably liked that move. Ted was just hunting for the ball. It wasn't anywhere close. O'Brien goes out, and Rick Petberg is back in. Jerry Gooden, first one had a nice look. He's a 71% free thrower. He now has 3 points. A second one won't go, and your rebound back to the Raiders. The fans dressed in the red wanted a call. And a kicking violation as the pass went right into the knee of Steve Hall. It'll go to the Raiders right in front of the scorer's table. Dave Luking barking out instructions.
This zone trap is really, has helped Austin. Kind of confused Southridge. There's another turnover.
Another traveling violation as Petberg tried to duck under the defense. You know, Coach, what has been the difference? Because earlier on, it was hurting him. It seemed that Southridge got by that trap easier, and now it's really effective.
The momentum has changed. It seemed like that Southridge is playing, tighter now, and and instead of keep going, to the basket, that they are more hesitant. That's a big miss. Austin just has to come back and make some baskets there, but they've had the chances.
Steve Hall from way outside missed. This is Yoakum. The bomb is missed by Ron Petberg, and here they come again. Stephen Hall slows it down with 2:22 left to go in the first half. Spin around and through for Richie Deaton. That's 5 for Deaton. 32-19. So it was a 21-point lead. Once again, Rick Petberg having trouble getting the ball inside. The kicking violation out of bounds. It'll go to Southridge. 21-point lead is down to 13. Ron Steinhardt right in front of our broadcast position kicks it in to Rick Petberg, who has it knocked from behind, but they get it back in the middle. Spin around, no. Knocks the tip out, ball on the floor. Who has it? Just like that, Rick Petberg puts it in. 7 for Rick, and He was the furthest one away
Yeah.
from the play.
I'll tell you, that they, again, Austin had a chance to bring the ball down the court, and he couldn't do it. Nice move.
The drive by Stephen Hall. He's fouled as he went in.
Duncan wants a traveling call, but they're not going to give it to him. Austin is playing much better now.
Eddie Nass whistled for his second. Into the ball game is Tim Palmer. Out goes John Deaton. On the line is Stephen Hall, 50% free thrower. Both teams in the bonus. Back in for Austin is Sean White. Stephen Hall shooting one in a bonus. That one too strong. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Tim Palmer, and it goes the Southridge way. Back in, Ted O'Brien. He's carrying 3 personal fouls. Eddie Nass goes out. I believe he's just going to rest a little while. He's huffing and puffing over there on the Raider bench. Across the timeline is Rick Petberg. Passes it out of trouble to his brother Ron. He gets it back. Now it's stolen. And here's Stephen Hall one-on-one. Yes. 6 points for Stephen Hall, and Rick Petberg did the only thing he could. He crossed right in front of him as he is about to go up, but it didn't bother Hall.
This trap has really bothered Southridge. I wouldn't have thought they would have bothered them that much.
It's probably what they have to do a little bit
shot.
more. Now they've gone cold.
There
And
it
here
is.
they come, 3-0. Hall. 8 points for Stephen Hall, and the crowd in black on the east side of the stadium is now standing up as it's a 34-23 game. 45 seconds left to go first
Another
half.
steal.
Another steal.
Here it
Here
goes.
they come, 4-0. Stephen Hall, no. Tip, no. Ball on the floor and down very hard is Ron Patberg, and he's hurt. It'll be Austin ball, 2 men down. Ron Patberg went down hard, and another member of the Southridge team is in real pain.
He's grabbing his ankle. Looks like an ankle, possibly.
Let's take a look at it.
Contact, wasn't there? Oh,
You see Patberg go hard down there, and then out of the screen on the other side of the basket. We can't see who that is over there. That young man is in pain.
we're just going to carry him to the dressing room, and we still cannot see his number.
I believe it's Ron Steinhardt. I saw a 2 on the jersey. See 32 over.
He's not out there. So it must be Steinhardt.
That young man was in very, very bad pain. And also, Todd Yoakum is leaving the floor too. He's under his own power. He's running.
You got to give credit to Austin. They have not given up. When they were down by, what, 21 points?
Yes.
And here they are back. Chance to cut it down to 9.
They would love to go in below 10 points at halftime. Almost a travel there.
Yeah.
They will work probably for the last shot with 30 seconds left to go. Palmer gets it back to Gooden. To deep. The Gooden twins are playing catch. Terry to Jerry. He's swinging around the other way to White. 8 seconds left. They want to start at Stephen Hall. Here's Gooden and back to White. The bomb, no. The ball is to Southridge, and that's the end of the first half. And it's been a nice comeback for the Austin Eagles. At halftime, the score 34-23 in favor of the Southridge Raiders, but it could have been much worse. The Southridge fans booing as Austin leaves the court. We'll take this timeout and be right back. The Evansville Semi-State on 44. We are back at Roberts Stadium. The halftime score 34-23 in favor of Southridge, and we're glad to be joined by the head coach of Princeton High School, Jim Jones. And it's got to be kind of a bittersweet day for you, Jim. You had a terrific season, and I know that you and your fans and your team expected to be here today, but it was a tough game against Bosse last week.
Well, you have to be a realist. Anytime you get in a state tournament, anything can happen. And you just have to give Bosse a lot of credit. They played a tremendous basketball game. I guess the bottom line, maybe we didn't have enough respect or enough fear, and we went right after them, and that wasn't the thing to do.
Earlier on in the tournament, Jim, you had a couple scares, too, where you didn't figure to have them.
Well, the sectional is always the most difficult because that gives the smaller school, the team that possibly hasn't had a great year, an opportunity. And they come in and they're very, very well prepared. We did not play extremely well the last few games. We had hit a peak, a very fine peak in early February. And I thought if we could, if we could weather the storm and get out of the sectional, I knew the momentum would start. And I thought the Vincennes game was very indicative of that. We played so well. And, I just can't wait to get back the next night. Well, the thing that we were aware of it, I just don't think we were conscious enough of it, was Bosse had been doing the same thing. They had been playing very well. And we just did not heed that enough. And we came out, and our first 4 out of our first 6 possessions, we had turnovers. They convert them. We had 11 turnovers the first half. They convert them. The conversion ratio on errors was great. Missed shots, they converted them. And it was easy shots for them. They played a very emotional game. Coach Mullins had them ready. They played well.
You as a coach have been blessed up there with some fine players. Last year you graduated one guy who's paid out very well for the ACES program, and Chris Schaefer. Chris has been converted from a forward to a guard with the Evansville program, and he has turned out, I think, the one thing I like the most about Chris Schaefer is his passing skills. He really passes well.
Chris is just a tremendous person. If you get to know him, he's just a tremendous person. He has outstanding athletic talents in many sports. I was just, pleased that he chose basketball, and he's a very unselfish player. He's very team-oriented. I guess the best way to describe Chris Schaefer is he's a winner.
Let's talk about some of the young men you had on the squad this year.
Well, of course, Joe Warren is a very fine player for us, and Joe's been with us for 2 years. Brian Fichter came along very well this year after being injured last year. I thought he did an excellent job following in his brother's footsteps. Todd Cundiff was playing extremely well, and Todd got hurt in the Tell City game, and we really struggled until Todd came back, and he had his best night against Vincennes. But then to ask him to come back the next night and duplicate that, you're asking a little bit.
Jim,
too much, maybe.
Jim, a last word. What's your observation of this game?
Well, I think it was a situation where Southridge came in very strong, very emotional, ready to play. It looked like maybe Austin was just a little apprehensive with what they were doing. Southridge got out to the large lead, going to try to rest some people, protect them. Austin kept struggling and finally got their game straightened out, went to the 2-3 half-court trap. Really got the momentum going, and they went into the dressing room right now with a lot of momentum. Southridge in the dressing room with 2 people possibly injured, a little bit of foul trouble. It's going to be very interesting the early part of this third quarter to see which way the momentum goes, because I think that's going to determine the outcome of the game.
Jim Jones, head coach of Princeton, thanks for stopping by. It'll be a great second half. We'll be back with some halftime statistics right after these messages on 44. You're back at halftime. The score 34-23 in favor of the Southridge Raiders. The leading scorer in the ball game so far has been Todd Yoakum. He has 12 points to lead Southridge. 6 each for Rick and Ron Petberg, or 7 points for Rick Petberg. He has a free throw. 4 points for Ted O'Brien and Andy Noss, and 1 for Rick Steinhardt. For the Austin Eagles, they're led in scoring by Stephen Hall, who came on late in the first half to score a couple of quick baskets. He has 8. 5 points for John Deaton, 5 for Richie Deaton. 3 points for Jerry Gooden, and a pair for Terry Gooden. Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights, Coach, if you can comment.
Well, it was all Southridge at the start of the game. They went 7 for 7, and then the guards were stealing the ball, playing just fine, but basketball, and then Austin went into that half-court trap, and that changed it around for Austin. Austin had a chance to really cut that 20-point lead there.
And now the breaks were always going Southridge's way in the first quarter, but now at the end of the second quarter, Stephen Hall got some steals and a couple quick baskets, and there you see Austin gets back in it. They trail by 11 at the half. We'll be back with the second half right after these messages. You're watching the Evansville Summit State on 44. We're back at Roberts Stadium, second half coming up. And Coach, at the end of that first half, Southridge got a little beat up.
They sure did. Todd Jocham got his eye cut, and then Steinhardt sprained his ankle. I think, I haven't heard that, definitely, but he was grabbing his ankle, and they carried him off, and he is not out there. I don't see him on the bench either. So that could be quite a loss. And Austin just came out and really was aggressive and really took it to him. But they would have made those free throws there at the end. Southridge shot 64% for the first half, where Austin shot 40%.
You're watching the Evansville Semi-State on Channel 44 WEVV Evansville. Free throws really a problem in the first half with both teams. Austin shot 3 of 8, 38%. Southridge was 2 of 8 for 25%. Southridge controls again, as they have at every quarter. Yoakum from the outside. It won't go. The rebound to Richie Deaton. Austin outscored Southridge 14-10 in that second quarter. Here they go again. Richie Deaton spin around and blocked by Noss. They get the rebound, and in and home is Sean White. His first 2 points of the game, and it's under 10 at 34-25. Ron Patberg gives it to his brother Rick. Yoakum to Noss. No. Rebound. O'Brien. It won't go, and here come the Austin Eagles.
What a difference. That, 2 or 3 shots there, and just can't make them, whereas they were making that first shot.
Southridge shot 64% in the first half, and another turnover for the Austin Eagles.
Bad time for a turnover.
Ron Patberg. Yoakum, a touch pass. Noss gets it. His shot won't go, and the rebound to Deaton.
Coach Duncan looks concerned over there on the bench. Got his arms back. Uh-oh. I've had that feeling before.
They've had the positioning. It's just that they haven't been able to get the shots to go.
Let's see if Austin can score here. Cut it to 7.
Way outside.
Up 10.
It goes for Jerry Gooden.
7 points. Coach Lucan, look at him. He's excited, isn't he? Austin's fans.
4-0. Austin's outscored Southridge in the second half. Nice work. Still it won't go.
Won't go for Noss.
Southridge is cold. Jerry Gooden has the ball.
And they cut it to 5.
Sean White, they try and go in the middle. It's tipped away from Richie Deaton.
Just forced that ball in there. He really wasn't open at all.
And the ball is punted out of bounds by Ron Patberg, so it'll be Southridge ball.
Here comes Steinhardt out of the dressing room, limping. It's his right ankle. It's a standing ovation from the Southridge fans.
He probably will not play the rest of the game, but he's back out to watch his club, who just turned it over.
Is this the same Southridge ball club that played that first quarter?
They shot 78% in the first quarter, 64 for the half. Led in turnovers 9-5 in that first half, but they have yet to score here in the second half. Austin, who scored the first 4, and now a foul on Nass.
Austin's taking it to him, going for the basket.
And Jerry Gooden pulls up a little bit lame. He's walking. He is.
Oh, he's really limping.
Yeah, nobody's noticed him yet, and he's trying to shake it off, but he is limping very heavily. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Tim Palmer.
2 turnovers for Austin now, each time down.
Austin is having the opportunities, but they're not converting as often as they'd like.
Gooden is leaving the game. He's limping out.
Jerry Gooden walks out very heavily. In is Stephen Hall. And the Raiders control. Rick Petberg goes to Yoakum, back to Ron Petberg, drives the baseline. His shot is blocked, and he goes down hard. He's fouled by Terry Gooden. Second for Terry. Sean White will return for the Eagles after he gets final instructions from his coach.
Austin just didn't get set there. The kid was moving. All he had to do was just square up, take the charge there.
Ron Petberg, a 71% free thrower, has 2 chances here. And the high archer goes in. He has 7. Don't forget, 44 is with you all the way to the state finals next week from Market Square Arena in Indianapolis. One of the 4 teams here today will be represented. 8 points for Ron Petberg. And here comes Austin, 36-27, knocked away again.
Third straight turnover.
Just like that, it's back to a 9-point lead. Rick Petberg, it's blocked. Tap back to Yoakum. They move it around to Ron Petberg underneath. No, it won't go. And now tip back out to Rick Petberg. He goes to his brother Ron. Baseline is shut off. They want to go in the middle, but well covered is O'Brien and Nass. Outside Rick Petberg. That one won't fall, and Ron is there once again. The ball is starting to bounce off the iron back to the red and white and black of Southridge. The other corner won't go. Tipped up O'Brien, no. The rebound comes down to Austin. The ball's on the floor, and Stephen Hall lost it, and there comes Southridge again. 4:15 left to go in the third quarter for way outside of the Oakland.
Nice ball movement there. I think Southridge is back now.
14 for Todd Yoakum, and it's back to an 11-point lead. White can't get it to go, and Southridge with the rebound, and Austin has lost whatever momentum it had. Here's Yoakum again. He's got a hot hand. 16 for Todd.
He's got a cut over his left eye, and I see blood coming down his left, side of his face. Oh.
Having problems with the dribble, but a foul on Ron Petberg. Austin came out, ended the first half with confidence, came out the second half with confidence, and now seems to have lost it. Even though he's fouled, Stephen Hall had all sorts of problems with the basketball. And we have a timeout, 3:33 left to go in the third quarter, and the score, Southridge 40, Austin 27. The Evansville Semi-State is here on 44. With 3:33 left to go, Southridge has built it back up to a 13-point advantage.
Well, Southridge has shot, 12 times, but they've only made 2 for 17%, whereas Austin has only shot, 3 times and made 2 of them. But still, their problem is that they have not, made the shots. That they have made 9 turnovers now for the game.
That's 4 turnovers in the second half already. Austin will try it again. Jerry Gooden on the dribble between the circles. He'll take it right side again. He's running into trouble, gives it to White. Back to Jerry Gooden. They'll try the left side and see what's there. Stops, fires, no. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Andy Noss. Austin will get a chance at it again. John Deaton, the trigger man.
Austin is just really having a hard time getting off a shot. They have had that the whole game. Again, they can't get off a shot. Turnover.
Another turnover. Ron Petberg goes cross court to Yoakum, who goes back to Ron. Puts a nice fake on there. The shot wasn't there, so Yoakum tries it.
Yeah. Who's got a hot hand now?
He averages 15 and a half. He has 18. You could see when he came out, Morris, in the second half, he just kind of looked at his team and with his look of confidence.
He took charge is what he did out there. You know, he's made 6 points here. He's just taking charge here in the second half.
Rick Petberg falls hard and is holding his right foot now. You see the action there is Jerry Gooden goes into Rick Petberg, and he comes up holding his right foot.
Yeah. That's all they need is another injury. I don't believe Steinhardt's going to play here in the second half. And if he did really sprained it bad, he won't be playing tonight.
Jerry Gooden on the walking dribble. 2:25 left to go in the third quarter. 42-27 in favor of the Raiders. The prayer is up and through.
That was a nice move.
4 points for Terry Gooden. 42-29. Nice cross-court pass to Ron Petberg. The passing is very crisp, and there's Rick. 9 points for Rick Petberg. They're a very good passing team.
Yes, they are. Very good. And they go to those corners, and then they cross-court as well as anybody. They run their offense. Another steal.
Another steal. It's a 2-on-1. A Petberg family try. It won't go. It's out of bounds.
Oh. Letting them play, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Terry Gooden hard on the floor. A lot of bumping going on.
All these twins out front here, the Petberg twins, aren't they nice-looking kids?
They tried to work a 2-on-1 break there between themselves, but it didn't go for him from way outside. There's Jerry Gooden. 7 for Jerry. Take it back out to Yoakum. Holds it over his head. Tried the cut underneath around Petberg, and the pass a little too strong. Good thought.
He kind of forced it, though. That's what Coach Duncan's up yelling about. And you got a 13-point lead, and that's time to be really patient.
Jerry Gooden. Outside, he'll try it again.
Bingo. Nice one.
They have discovered their hot hand. 44-33, 1 minute left, third quarter. And the Southridge fans are standing. I would love to have the concession on red sweaters and pants in Huntingburg. Petberg.
Nice.
Ron now has 10.
I don't believe that there's too many folks left up in Huntingburg this afternoon.
Underneath, almost all alone until the
block.
two
Nice
defenses
block, a big
close up.
kid.
Terry Gooden thought he had the basket to himself, and then the big men came in. Yoakum over his head goes to Rick Petberg with 17 seconds left. They will try for one more shot. 46-33 Raiders way outside. It goes for Rick Petberg. 11 points for Rick Petberg, 4 seconds left. The shot will not fall, and that does it at the end of 3. 48-33 in favor of Southridge High School. We'll take this time out and remind you you're watching the Evansville Semi-State on Channel 44. One more quarter to play before we decide who will meet the winner of Game 2 tonight for the championship of the Evansville Semi-State. Whatever Austin did in the second quarter to get back, they gave it right back in the third. They outscored Southridge 14-10 in the second quarter, and Southridge outscored them 14-10, so the advantage is back to 15. Rick Petberg almost stolen from him. He spins around, they try it again, and Jerry Gooden was persistent, but he's whistled for his first foul. That's only the third on Austin in the second half. The host of this semi-state is Harrison High School. The folks at Harrison and the Evansville Vanderbilt School Corporation doing an outstanding job. Bad pass.
Well, you know, he was still trying to take it to the basket. That's the thing. They were not playing out here. You got to keep trying that. Every now and then you're going to turn the ball over. Raiders are playing much better.
It's got to scare everybody in this part of the state. These are all young kids.
Yes. Tell me about it. That's what I said. I got to go up there next year.
Well, at least you know you scouted them once.
Yeah.
Austin tries it again. The foul will be called on Mike Hillsmeyer. That's his first.
I imagine this this Andy Nas will probably have gained about 20, 25 pounds by next winter. I met his dad once, and his dad's a fine person, and he's really well built. He played basketball at Georgia Tech.
Outside Sean White, it won't go. Tip up, no. Finally with a rebound is Yoakum.
Good board. Look at that hustle. Yoakum has played a game.
See the intensity in his face. On Petberg. Up to Hillsmeyer, back to Rick.
Oh, they're hot.
13 points for Rick. He averages 8.
You know, everybody's been talking about Bossy and L&M, but you people better start talking about, you know, Southridge here tonight.
It won't go for Gooden. The rebound to Ron Petberg. There's the Yoakum back to his brother Rick. Hillsmeyer. Ron is home. I know they're twins, but there's 1 pound that separates them in 1 point. Ron has 12, Rick has 13. That one goes for Jerry Gooden. He has 11. (30, 52-35, Southridge. A whistle and a foul on Terry Gooden. Third on Terry.
Well, the Austin players haven't quit yet. They're out there still hustling. Look at him, you know, Austin kid, you know, he still wants it. They're not going to quit.
Steve Martinez and Hall back in. Stephen Hall and Steve Martinez back in for Austin.
Wide open.
All alone is Hillsmeyer.
Like you were talking about, Bob, is that Southridge passes the ball as well as anybody that I've seen play this year.
They'll try it again. The Austin Eagles. The shot is up, but he's fouled. Martinez went strong towards the basket. The shot missed, but he'll be shooting a pair. Hillsmeyer is second. Stephen Hall will be shooting. He's a 50% free thrower. Gets that one to go. He has 9 points. Phil Park in for the first time for Southridge, and out goes Todd Yoakum. Phil is 5'10" and a junior.
I think Coach Duncan is going to try to rest some of his starters now.
The second one won't go. Ball is out of bounds to Southridge. That's another advantage if this one turns into, and it appears that it will be a big win for Southridge. That gives them another advantage. They can rest their players even more.
Yes, it does. Let him handle that ball.
Rick Petberg back to Ron, and the fans appreciate it.
Like the foul him, gosh.
They had him trapped in the corner, and the foul should be on Stephen Hall, 42. It is.
They're liking him pretty good over there. Look at him.
Oh, he got him right, right in the face.
Those are tough twins, though.
Into the ball game is John Smith for the Austin Eagles. How would you like to be a coach and have a built-in guard line who have played together all their lives?
Right.
Ron to Park. It goes for Andy Noss.
Yeah. I think Andy needed that basket. He had missed several there.
Noss has 6. In the middle, the shot won't go for Richie Deaton, but a whistle.
Got him on the arm.
On Andy Noss, that's his 4th. Deaton goes up.
Got him on the arm. Andy's going to take a rest now. Big guy, you know, it is really tough for a kid like that size to play 2 games in the same day.
Jerry Gooden, you see there on the line is Richie Deaton. Richie's a 50% free thrower. He gets that one to go. He's 2 out of 3 tonight. Has 6 points this afternoon. I'm used to being here at night. Second one. That goes. 7 points for Richie Deaton. 56-38 with 4:59 left to go. O'Brien just does get it back. Big Ted will probably play the rest of the way this afternoon. Holzmeyer gives it back. Rick Petberg back to Ron. Looking for someone to give it to. Gets it to Park.
Southridge is really playing a controlled offense now. They're not going to, really probably shoot the ball except for layups.
See Phil Park there, and the foul is on Jerry Gooden. And Phil Park steps to the line. It's 2 out of 8 this year. 25%. He averages 1.5 a ball game. There he goes. So he's in the book. Oh, 25% free thrower is 2 out of 2, and he's above his average. He has 2 points.
Nice lead now, 20 points.
Richie Deaton, no. The whistle. Rick. Foul is on Ted O'Brien. A 2-shot foul.
Southridge fans didn't like it.
Richie Deaton couldn't get the ball to roll. He'll be there for a pair. On O'Brien, that's 4. Gary Duncan doesn't want him to pick up his 5th because Andy Noss would probably have to come back in. Richie is 4 out of 5 as a team. They shoot 59% from the line. Southridge as a team shoots 65%. Second one won't go.
Knocked his glasses off. They have let him play a little bit, I heard today. Holzmeyer
with some eye repair going on here.
Southridge fans booed on that. I got a kick out of it. They're still yelling at the officials.
Rick Petberg gets it from his brother, almost stolen, and now a foul. Steve Martinez had the ball stolen, but Southridge retained it, and then he went heavily into him. You see it here.
Hit him in the back.
Goes Phil Park back on the line. That one won't go.
Got to hustle. Southridge. Oh,
tipped
turnover.
Away from Park.
Southridge has hustled great all day. They have moved, won that ball.
Jerry Gooden will try it left side, stops and fires. It doesn't go. The rebound to Ted O'Brien, and he's fouled. 4 minutes, 5 seconds left to go. 58-39 in favor of the Southridge Raiders. And I think we can safely say that they will go on to play tonight. Fourth on Terry Gooden.
Could be a long 4 minutes too, Bob.
Yes,
fouling here.
Keep in mind that this is the final game of the year for one of these teams, so they're going to try and stay in the ball game as long as they can. Tom Barnett is in there. You see him, number 30. He's a junior, comes in about 5'9" and averages a point and a half.
You know, as a coach, a player, you don't give up, and you just keep trying. That's what Austin's going to keep doing. Coach Looking is still trying, and give it your best shot.
Hey, one thing that has really been a factor is Austin shoots as a team 50%, and I don't think they shot that well.
No, and they have had a hard time getting, you know, good shots. Southridge has played, you know, such good defense and has, you know, kept them from getting good shots.
Ted O'Brien, the second one won't roll after he hits the first one. And here come the Eagles. 4 minutes left to go. 59-39, a 20-point Southridge lead. And there goes a pass right to Mike Hillsmeyer. Gets it under control and slows it down. Tom Barnett to Hillsmeyer. Will try it from the outside. 4 points for Mike Hillsmeyer. Richie Deaton. They get a whistle. Should be on Barnett. Into the ball game, number 12, Jason Ahrens. And he replaces Ron Patberg, who leads with 12 points.
He's going to try to rest his starters. And they're pretty well banged up over there. I think Yalkin is still, you know, covering his eye.
There's a timeout. 3:31 left to go, and the score is 61-39. Southridge will take this break. You're watching the Evansville Semi-State on 44. You're watching the Semi-State from Roberts Stadium in Evansville on WEVV Channel 44 in Evansville. How about that, Coach?
Yeah, Southridge again shot 5 for 5 here in this fourth quarter. Shooting percentage has really been good for them today.
Timothy Palmer.
Whereas Austin has shot 1 for 5.
Second one goes. Tim has 2. And it's 61-41. 3.5 minutes left to go. Barnett. Nice pass. And a whistle. Jason Ahrens tried to move inside, and he was fouled. Terry Gooden. That should be 5 on Terry. And he leads with 3:22 left to go with 11 points. And I fouled out the wrong brother. He leads with 4 points with 3:22 left to go. So Terry Gooden is gone. Jason Ahrens, a 75% free thrower. He's now an 80% free thrower, 4 of 5 on the year. I don't know if this is a kind of art you teach, Coach. It seems to go up almost straight.
They are well coached.
He's got a little
Nice
bit more
ball.
art than that one.
Now, Southridge has all of their starters out now. They're all subs playing.
This foul will be on Phil Park. They're very happy about it, about the circumstances here. It looked almost like a clean tap. Sean White is on the line. He's a 50% free thrower. Gets that one to go. He has 3 points. Coming up next, the L&M Braves and the Bossy Bulldogs. Four for Sean White. And the lead remains at 20. They try the alley-oop. It doesn't go, but the ball comes back to Barnett. It's stolen by Sean White, who has trouble finding the handle. 3 minutes left to go in the game. The shot is up. It won't go for Stephen Hall, but he's fouled by Barnett. Tom picks up his second. Kelly Ollinger is in the ball game. Now everybody has played, and here goes Ted O'Brien. Ted finishes with 5 points. Stephen Hall will be on the line. Get a good look at the junior. Ten points now for Stephen Hall. He's the leading scorer for Austin. And here comes Southridge again. Pressure in the backcourt. They get away from it. A break there. The shot won't go for Phil Park, and a whistle.
Over the back call.
Yeah, Ollinger. That's a first on Kelly. He's number 42 in your picture there as he comes over the back. Only 3 players, only 2 players have not scored. Barnett, Kelly Ollinger for Southridge. They have 2:44 left to try and get in the book themselves. John on the line is 24, John Deaton. Johnny has 6. That second one goes. Ooh, an awful lot of contact in the backcourt, and the foul's on Stephen Hall. There's 4th, and he really put the bump into Jason Ahrens.
That was a good block.
Let's see if it's clipping or not.
Yeah. Wham.
This really has been a physical ball game.
Yes, it has. And, you know, Austin just hasn't given up. They're still trying.
It's Jason Ahrens who toed the line last time and pumped them both in. He gets 1 and a bonus this time. Nope. The rebound to Austin. Here they come quickly. Jerry Gooden. Jerry wants it himself. He gets the roll. 13 points for the leading scorer for Austin. He averages 19. And they're going to continue to try for the steals. John Deaton called for his second.
Knocked him down, too.
63-48. 2:29 left. There will be 15 minutes between the games for a warm-up period. The teams will leave and then come back. For game 2, the L&M Braves from southeastern Greene County and the Boise Bulldogs from right here in Evansville. Tom Barnett scores, so Kelly Ollinger's the only one left. So Richie Deaton is back in. There you see him, 52 for Austin. And out of the ball game goes Sean White. Around and out.
Here comes Austin. Still going at it.
Very heavily. Martinez, strong move, and he gets it to go, and a foul is called. Steve Martinez, his first 2.
Coach Duncan wants a timeout for Southridge. Now, please.
Phil Park called for the foul, and Southridge Raiders go around Gary Duncan, and the Austin Eagles visit with Dave Luking. 64-50 left to go in the contest here from Roberts Stadium.
Well, that's only 7 baskets. You know, I know Coach Duncan doesn't want to put his starters back in, but there's still a lot of time left. You look at Coach Luking there.
The season will end for somebody, so they're going to go all out and try and keep in this one.
Well, Austin hasn't given up. You can see Coach there going at it, telling him, watching he wants him to and do. He hasn't quit.
Oh no.
Okay.
A lot of fans in red here. Do you think in Jasper they're cheering for Huntingburg?
Oh yes, yes.
Going for their neighbors to the south.
Just like the folks here in Evansville. You know, we're all for pulling for Boise.
And I think the rest of the state is pulling for L&M.
Yes, L&M. Are they for real? We're going to find out here shortly.
Lions in Marco High School. Steve Martinez. Try to make that 3. He can't do it. And we get a foul called on Jerry Gooden. 3rd on Jerry. We're either going to have fouling going on for about 2:20 more, or
Yes.
Austin's going to send everybody out of the ball.
Okay.
Terry Gooden's already fouled out. Jerry has 3. Stephen All has 4. Nobody else in any real problem for Austin.
Yeah, if he would miss this and Austin would score, I wouldn't imagine Coach Duncan's going to put his starters back in. Now they come down and score. Lob, got him. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got him hard.
Now, Coach Duncan, what are you going to do?
He's thinking about it on the other bench. Phil Park, his 3rd.
Well, you hate to put him back in, but
Phil Park goes into him very hard. The lob pass is a little too high, and actually the best thing that could have happened as a result of that play is going on for the Austin Eagles. John Deaton. I don't think there's any way John could have brought that ball down and put it back up.
Take this lead down to 12.
John Deaton. Misses the second one. Martinez a rebound. No. The ball's on the floor, and there they go again. It's up and through.
Timeout.
Martinez.
Duncan wants a timeout. He's got to put his starters back in. You hate to do that. Here they come.
But the starters coming back in for the Southridge Raiders.
You know, you hate to do that because you hate to take your your subs out, but you cannot take a chance with 2:05 left. And Austin, they really hustled there. They fought for that ball. Nice move. Up and in.
Martinez with 2 big baskets here late in the ball game. 64-53 on the line will be Jason Ahrens. Jason 2 out of 3 today. Ron Patberg waiting for Jason to shoot.
Oh, that's a nice one.
The lead is back to 12 with 2 minutes, 5 seconds to go. Coach Duncan is a little bit upset over there on the far
Yes, he
side.
is. He's been pretty calm most of the day. Nice. Those are 2 big free throws by that young man.
Jason Aarons has 4 points. He leaves as Ron Patberg comes back in. So you got the whole starting lineup again.
Except for Steinhardt.
Except for Steinhardt's out and O'Brien's in. It's O'Brien and Yoakum up front with Nass in the middle and the Patberg twins on the back line. They go cross court. Standing there all alone is Stephen Hall, but the defense closes in. Steve takes 1 dribble to the side. Can't get his shot to go, and the over the back foul will be called on John Deaton. Nope. It's on Martinez. 3rd on Steve. He's 40. Watch him come into the action and get whistled for coming from way behind a slap.
A lot of fouls.
Todd Yoakum is 67% free thrower, 91 of 136 on the season. Steps to the line for the first time today. It kicks back out. 66-53. This could cut it to 11 with 1:45 left to go. You can tell a difference with the starters back in. There's Ron. Yep. 14 points for Ron Patberg.
Yeah, Coach Duncan feels a little bit better. He can lean back now. Well, his starters did get quite a rest, though.
That shot, the prayer won't go, the tip won't go, and the ball taken back by Martinez. He's blocked by Nass. And the Raiders come with it, a steal, but a foul. Jerry Gooden called for number 4. Talking with Dave Luking over on the side.
Getting a little rough out there now. Yeah, he kind of grabbed him there.
1 minute, 18 seconds left to go. This ball game is about an hour and 40 minutes old. Todd Yoakum again. This time it goes 19 for Todd.
Todd's played one well of a game. He came out here in this second half, took control, and nice boards.
He gets them both to go. 20 for Yoakum, the leading scorer in the building. Spin around move. They won't go. The tip is up. No. Finally, the tip in by John Deaton. John Deaton has 10. Foul on Martinez. Steve has committed number 4.
Wrong guy to foul, too.
70-55, a minute 3 remaining. Martinez comes right over, and they seem to want to send Mr. Yoakum to the line. Todd is 2 out of 3 this afternoon.
Swish.
It's amazing what you can do at the line without any pressure.
Yes, he's having a good time out there, smiling. With that cut above his left eye, though. He's been into it.
There he goes. 22 now for Todd. Gooden. Jerry with 15. And the foul now by John Deaton. That's 4. (72-57), 53 left to go. 53 seconds. They will send Rick Patberg to the line. Rick is 1 out of 2. Has 13 points on the afternoon. Rick gets that one to roll. Be sure to stay with us between games. This morning, Dick Walters held a press conference to say goodbye to the people of Evansville, and more on that The starters will leave once again, and here come the substitutes. 22, Phil Park.
That's a good move.
22, Kelly Ollinger. 34, Mike Hillsmeyer.
That's a good move. You don't want anybody to get hurt now.
Tom Barnett is back in. Also, Jason Aaron sitting at the scorer's table. He'll come in right now. Rick Patberg leaves with 15. We mentioned Dick Walters had a press conference this morning. Yesterday it was announced that he would no longer be the head coach at the University of Evansville, and we'll have some statements from Coach Walters at halftime, plus a preview of the second game. Stay with us. That shot won't go. The ball is on the floor. The rebound back up, no. Couple taps, no. Knocked out of bounds. But a foul will be called on John Deaton. That's 5 for John. He leads with 10 points with 40 seconds left to go in the ball game. And the crowd in sections M, N, O, and P, wearing the red of the Southridge Raiders, now starting some chants. They know that they'll be back tonight. Richard Hickman, number 54, he's 6 foot 135 junior, is into the ball game for Austin. Jason Aarons has 5 points from the line. Doesn't put the ball up except for from a strike. Second one kicks around and out. And here come the Eagles flying down court. Shot put up by Kevin Reese. It won't go. And now here comes Southridge. They have a 2 on nobody. And Jason Aarons gets it to go. Gets knocked to the floor. 7 points for Jason.
He got smacked good.
They got another opportunity here. Hillsmeyer is fouled by Tom Barnett.
Austin hasn't given up. They're still trying to get that ball.
Hillsmeyer is fouled by John Smith, number 30. If Tom Barnett did it, he'd be fouled by a member of his own team. And can't do that, can he?
No. Well, we just need to get this game over with and go on to the next one. And the next one should be a dandy.
Well, we have 12 seconds left. And Bossy and L&M are saying, come on, fellas, let's finish this one. We want to get out there.
I said that was going to be a long 4 minutes, then about 20 minutes.
Hillsmeyer, 73% free thrower, missed his first 2 attempts today. Gets that one to go.
Yeah, you know, if you were Bossy or L&M back here in that dressing room, and they won out here on the floor.
That one connects, and Mike has 6. That one, nice drive by Stephen Hall. That's 12. And that'll do it. Mike Hillsmeyer tried. He traveled. It wouldn't have gone anyway. And the final of game 1 is 79-59 in favor of the Southridge Raiders. We'll be back with the wrap-up right after these messages. The Evansville Semi-State on 44. You're back at Roberts Stadium, where game 1 has just ended with the Southridge Raiders beating the Austin Eagles 79-59. Recapping the scoring in the ball game, Southridge was led by Todd Yoakum, who had 22 points. 15 for Rick Patberg, 14 for Ron Patberg. 7 points for Jason Aarons. It came in a substitution role late in the ball game as the starters were sitting out. Southridge now moves to 22-4. They will play the winner of this second game, which is about 20 minutes away. The Bossy Bulldogs against the L&M Braves. For Austin, they were led in scoring by Jerry Gooden, who had 15. 10 points for John Deaton, 12 for Stephen Hall, who led that comeback late in the first half. Austin ends the season with a record of 17-9. So the Southridge Raiders, really with very little problem, they broke out early and led at the quarter, 24-9. They were outscored in the second quarter, 14-10, and it was 34-23 Southridge at halftime. They got it under 10 a couple of times early on in the third quarter. However, Southridge came back and extended it to a 48-33 lead after 3. They outscored Austin 14-10 after Austin started out 6-0. And then the final, 79-59, a 20-point win for the Southridge Raiders.